If we get shorter with the lists and the stress gets shorter, that's the more useful list to go by.
Welcome back to Real Talk Real Estate. My name is Donovan Johnson with Coldwell Banker Ingle Safari. And to my right, the man, the myth, the legend,
Scott Warner with the Capstone team, brokered by EXP. Donovan, what are we going to talk about today?
magic. I'm playing. We're going to talk about the illusion of control.
I mean, because once buyers get serious, control is everything. They start trying to control everything, not just the decision, but the timing, the outcome, how everything happens. I'm like, excuse me, sir, you're not God. Back off.
Amen to that. So I'm single with no kids, but something that's always stuck in my head is that raising a kid's kind of like holding a bar of soap. You squeeze too tight, slips out. You let it go too loose, and now you're in jail accidentally dropping the soap bar. Control's the same way in real estate. If you try and squeeze it too much, it's going to feel like it's too tight and start hurting yourself.
Yeah.
But if you let go a little bit, trust your professional to guide you through the process, then you can start slowly gaining that control, which you can control back.
That navigation, controlling that navigation. The problem is real estate has a way of reminding people not everything's on their clipboard. Not everything.
And depending on your personality type, type A, what would you consider my personality type?
Ooh. A, borderline B.
I feel like I'm a C almost, because I don't like the organization all the time of the A and the thisness, but there's certain things that I know I have a RBF with. You know what I mean?
My brother over here says, he's like, no, I think you're off. No, he's like, you way off. How are we friends? I'm like, damn. When a buyer gets closer to making a decision, their mindset shifts. I was trying to say that too quickly. It stops feeling casual and starts feeling very important.
Because when you're first ingesting the information, it's almost like you're studying, you know? And as you learn the market, as you learn the market, you start to become a little bit more familiar.
Yeah. But once they get close to writing an offer, it starts feeling different. It starts feeling a little bit unnormal. That's when planning increases. That's when analytics increase. You know, the what if we wait one more week shows up.
And here's the thing. Control feels like protection. And if we plan enough, we won't make a mistake. But here's the thing. Not everything is, you can't plan for every situation. Things pop up.
I would love to try to plan for every situation, but it just doesn't happen. I mean, it sounds great in the time, but it doesn't match real life very well, especially real estate, where other buyers, sellers, lenders, inspectors, you have all those other people, appraisers, attorneys. Guess what? They all get a vote in when you purchase a house.
And most of the time, they aren't bending their schedule around yours. Everything's kind of fixed.
Yeah. Unfortunately, that would make the business a lot easier if it was. I'd enjoy a market when everybody was waiting patiently for us and the schedule doesn't make sense. You know, I would love that. You can usually see the control issues show up in this area, though, because timing, outcomes, future looks a little bit uncertain.
Scott, how many times have you heard somebody when y'all are talking about buying say, we just want to buy at the right time?
Oh, I think that's almost every buyer that I have. Is it the right time? Look, as I like to say is it the right time for a buyer to get on this market? Yes, because guess what? It's a buyer's market. Sellers are going to want to sell to you. And guess what? Yes, you are going to have to deal with the rate increase. I get all that, Scott. That's extra money coming out of my pocket. Hey, a smart man once told me, you marry the house and you date the rate. Date that rate and move on with it. Yes, it happens.
And man, speaking of marrying the house and dating the rate, timing is important, but it's rarely perfect, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm FYI newsflash, I'm still waiting on my crystal ball to come in.
You pre-ordered?
Yes, bro. Amazon, they won't send me my money back, but they keep sending it back.
Yeah, it just keeps refreshing. It never actually gets sent to you. I'm waiting for mine as well. That the problem is, I wish we had the crystal ball to control the outcome, but we don't. Buyers want to often, make an offer without stress, without competition, without any uncertainty.
Which would be great and all, but they don't realize that, yes, the interest rates may be a little bit higher right now, but you're not dealing with the headache of a bullish market. And right now, I feel like we've been I don't feel like we've been bare, but as the market heats up, as spring rolls around in summer, I'm starting to see it get a little feisty again. Like, people, if you see a house drop on the market and you think it's a good listing, I bet it's going to be under contract in less than a week.
I mean, that's exactly what it is. Guess what? It would be wonderful if everybody submits an offer. If you submit an offer, everybody claps. Oh, you've done great. We go home early. Guess what? I get to see my kids. I get to see my family. That's not how it always works.
Absolutely not, bro. And a lot of the times, long-term wise, people are asking, what if we don't like it later? Or what if something better comes along?
Guess what? Those are fair questions. They're also impossible to answer. It's not a real question. It is a real question, but it's not like a real question that can be answered perfectly when you don't live there. I mean, that's what happens.
You don't live in the future, Scott?
No, I wish I did. I would be making a lot of money. I wish I lived in the future, but I don't. You're making decisions here and now for the future. But that's where me as a Christian, that's where I pray. And I'm like, look, hey, God, you know the future. I don't know the future, but am I doing this according to your will? And that's where it sits for me.
Yeah, you can't predict the future.
I wish you could.
With information you don't have.
I mean, I would be winning every Super Bowl bet. I would be winning every anytime touchdown bet. Guess who's winning those? Guess who's making a lot of money? It's hard enough what we're choosing for dinner that night. I'm not talking about dinner in 5 years. My wife actually has become more and more hateful of the question, what's for dinner tonight? And because in my household with the little kids, it gets asked a lot. Hey, what's for dinner? What's for dinner? The thing is, guess what? We're not having dinner 5 years from now. It's right here, right now. The issue is not that buyers want clarity. Clarity is great. Clarity is key. Preparation is good. Asking questions is good.
And you know where the issues come in, Scott? Expectations.
Yep.
Because a lot of times people expect it to be a do, life's good, la la la. But things happen. And things happen out of your control. And how you handle the things that are out of your control says a lot about you. For example, I had a DSLD home. So brand new, spanking new. Builder still building it. Why somebody broke in 3 days before closing and ripped a bunch of holes on the wall, ripped the cabinet, a couple cabinets off the door, ripped the microwave out the little section thing they put in there, flooded the kitchen. Like, all this stuff was super crappy. But and how you think I felt when my first time home buyer called me saying that, hey, the house is messed up. What do you mean? Bro, so needless to say, 3 weeks later, we closed.
I mean, expectation is total control. Normal parts of the process start feeling like problems. Another offer comes in. That's normal. A time shift. That's normal. A seller counters. All these things are normal. A house, look, a house has trade-offs. Guess what? We talked about this before. Yeah, it's very normal. I have had I have a house under contract right now that I got under contract in 2 days. 2 days. Priced it perfectly. Everybody loved the house. My little old lady seller, unfortunately, her husband just passed away. And she talked to Regions Bank, who has the loan on it. Regions is like, yeah, you can sell the house. You don't need to start succession. Guess who needed to start succession?
No, bro. No.
Guess who didn't start in succession? And I didn't know till inspections happened. And I didn't know until the title company says, hey, did she start in succession? And so I'm worried about this long drawn out process, and I'm sure the buyers, and I know my seller was as well, but luckily there was a good agent on the other side. We talked, and guess what? Succession done, because it was truthfully a God thing, because this little old lady had so many names that she knew from church that she just prayed about it. And the secretary to the judge that she had goes to our church. The clerk of court goes to our church. That's in the clerk of court goes to our church. And so she just said, hey, look, I don't know if there's anything that you can do to help me, but can this process be pushed along? Under 48 hours. We had...
I'm calling yo people.
We had a judgment of possession in under 48 hours. We could have closed on the original date, but we didn't know, so we pushed back furniture moving as well. But guess what? The buyers, the sellers, we all got it going. There was a little bit of turmoil, but when you try to control things, like you said, that's a control that we couldn't do. We went with the flow, and it worked. It worked perfectly. I mean, we were on talking about how everything is normal, but now going back to it, what's the expectation?
The only way you're screwing up is if you think everything's going to go smooth. I want things to go smooth, and we've hit enough speed bumps. There's enough speed bumps in the deal that make you slow down to check everything. But if you think it's going to be like just butter pecan sundae, whatever.
It's more like chunky peanut butter.
Oh, it's chunky, all right. You're going to have to munch on that thing sometimes. With no jelly.
No. Dry?
Dry. No water.
That's like trying to eat a Popeye's biscuit with no water. Just it's taking up all of that saliva in your mouth. That's where stress builds. That's where you're worried about. That's where a situation can actually turn bad. But because it doesn't match that version that the buyer wanted, they're worried. And
once the train starts to derail, it's very easy for what's that classic saying about don't make a mountain out of a molehill?
Yeah.
You can quickly start to be everywhere. So that's why it's important to figure out who's the more emotionally charged person versus who's the more logical person. And sometimes you need to rein them in and just be like, golly, this is frustrating. I definitely understand it. Like, you got to be able to talk your clients through situations, because this is every day to us.
Yes.
This ain't nothing.
No.
Like, I'm a blank. I'm going to just, brush my hair, throw my do-rag back on. We're going to get back to work. But to them, this could be the end all be all. So just carry them over.
It's shift altering. I mean,
yes, actually.
I mean, but the funny thing is, like you said, this is just real estate being real estate. This is normal to us, which usually is enough drama on its own. But when you want to add in stress, oh God, it just adds a little bit of extra spice to the life.
Absolutely. And guys, if there was a main idea, a thesis statement, an AI summary of this pod, I would say it's really important to control what you can control, and breaking it down to your buyers or sellers to where they understand, like, man, this is all I can control. It sucks to wait, but I've done everything I can. So I'm going to just basically bet on the person who I chose to represent me, and we're just going to let the cards fall how they may. And hopefully by the end of it, everybody's happy taking the photo. You got them a really thoughtful gift. They're giving you a 5-star review. Now their baby cousin that lives out of town that's about to go work at LNG hits you up because they want like a $3,500 rental. And yeah,
I mean, that's the thing. If we get shorter with the list and the stress gets shorter, that's the more useful list to go by. I mean, we have our A through Z list. We have it ready to go. But do we show them the A through Z list? No, we show them the ABC list.
Facts. That's big facts.
We show them that list. The shorter the list, the better.
Right. And here's the thing. You can control your preparation.
Yep.
You know your budget. You understand your comfort level and maybe what you're willing to pay for. It helps you get clearer on some of the things that you could give and take with. And your confidence comes from your preparation. So if you put the work in, just trust it at that point.
Yeah. I mean, you can control how honest you are about their needs versus the wants. You can control whether, you're ready to act when you need to act. And you can control how you're going to guide them through the process. And that's when picking the right agent really works. Because, Donovan and I like to make sure that we control the process for you, not control you, but control the process for you. Make it a little bit easier for you, a little less stressful.
Right. Because here's the thing. At the end of the day, I can try and dictate the deal, but I can't control the outcome all the time. But I can control our readiness and our ability to have the information to make the right decision.
Yeah, it's less flashy. Nobody gets excited and says, "Great news, we stayed organized."
But it works.
It does. It's a lot better than trying to predict every possible outcome that's going to happen during a real estate transaction. Don't be frustrated. Stay to the script.
And I'm going to just say trust the process and trust that whoever you chose, hopefully one of us, can guide you through the process. And even if it was stressful, you can say, man, the boat was rocking, but at least we was rocking with you,
Yeah, buying a home is something not that you can control perfectly. And like you said in the very beginning, trying to control that situation usually makes it harder.
And when buyers focus on what actually matters, the process gets so smooth.
Yep. And the thing is, you have to be confident. Be confident in the process. Be confident in the priorities. Confident in your decision making. That confidence goes a lot further than the control.
Absolutely. Well, guys, welcome to Real Talk Real Estate. Your boy Donnie J.
Scott Werner. We'll see you on the next one. Give us a good heart, like, subscribe. Hey, thank y'all for everything that you do for us.
Gang, gang.